If you could take a class in anything, what would it be?
I would actually say dance. I danced when I was younger, and I really miss that part of my life.
What kind of dance?
Oh, like hip hop.
Hip hop? Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean I'm good, just to be very clear here.
If I lived in LA with you, I would take that dance class with you. I also did that when I was still in school.
Okay, well, next time I'm in New York, we're going to find one.
We have to do that. Okay. I really will remember that, Elyse. Hey there, and welcome to Impact After Hours, where changemakers sign off from work and log into life. I'm Camille Lorente, CEO and co-founder of Human Group Media and your host. Today, I'm excited to find out what Elyse Cohen, Chief Impact Officer at Rare Beauty and President of the Rare Impact Fund, is really like off-duty. Elyse Cohen has spent her career building iconic campaigns, including former First Lady Michelle Obama's Let's Move program. Currently, she is a driving force behind the brand mission at Rare Beauty, founded by Selena Gomez in 2020. And if you can't tell by how they name their products, with words like positive light, find comfort, and kind words, promoting mental health is essential. I'd argue that making people feel good about themselves is in Elyse's DNA. And she's already accomplished that by joining us on the show. Hello, Elyse Cohen.
Hello. Oh my gosh, that was so kind. Thank you.
You know, I was really excited to have you on, Elyse, for many reasons, knowing you and knowing what you do. But let's start light. You work at Rare Beauty. I'm curious to know if you have like a routine, like a morning or like a nighttime routine, and if you can walk us through that.
Oh, my nighttime routine. Absolutely. So I value my sleep, and I have historically not been a good sleeper. And so obviously there's the skincare part of the nighttime routine, but the real part of the nighttime routine is the extra fan, the eye mask, the lavender pillow oil, and occasionally an additional sound machine. And that is the full process. And it starts 45 minutes before I lay down. And let me tell you, I've really nailed the sleep now. So I feel really good about it.
And listeners, take note. If you want to add, did you say a small fan?
Oh, yeah. I need it extra cold. So the fan is for the air and the sound.
Okay, so you got that whole thing down.
And 66 degrees. 66 degrees is the
that
sleeping
is the
temperature.
Exact. There's a temperature, not higher or lower, everybody.
Nope.
Well, I think we might put you on the top, like if there was a list, and we're tallying people's routines. I think you've set the bar really high, Elyse. I guess I should have expected that.
It's from many years of bad sleep. I had to do something.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing it already. As you said, your sleep has gotten better. So we're here to play. We're here to have fun. We're here to
I'm so excited.
Go through some questions, but my listeners would hate me if I didn't ask this. But do you have, we mentioned, you worked with former First Lady Michelle Obama. Do you have a favorite moment or a valuable lesson that you learned during your time working with her?
Oh, so many. I have two things to say. The first is my favorite moment was the first time that words that I wrote came out of her mouth that she said. And those were in my early days there. And it's that moment when you realize what you do is so powerful and influential because of the person who's delivering them. So I would say that was one of my most special moments. And in terms of learning, she's just so wonderful at encouraging all of us that we have a voice no matter where we came from. And I hold on to that on some of the toughest days, when we feel like how did we get invited into this room, or what do we have to contribute? And then I always think about that. And I honestly was reminded last night, I went to private dinner I was invited to as part of this group. And I was one of a few attendees that was not a founder. And so, of course, as I was approaching the meeting, I'm like, I'm not a founder. Why am I here? Yet I walked in and so many people came up to me. So many people have emailed me after. So many people were just so kind. And again, I realized we're the ones who get in our own way. We have a voice. We have something to offer. And so that was really special and something that I will hold on to forever.
I've also experienced that myself in many moments of my career. And really, it takes one person, right, to like recognize another. So I hear you. And if you could do that for someone else, right, why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we gotta like switch gears because that felt really sort of heartfelt and honestly inspiring. But we're here to have fun, and I am excited to ask you a couple of questions in a lightning round of seemingly, random questions. Are you ready to play with me, Elyse?
I'm ready, but you know what? These are the types of questions that make me the most nervous.
Don't be nervous. They're easy.
Okay.
So traveling, are you a week-long planner or a last-minute packer?
I'm a week-long planner. However, because I travel so much, I have been able to now create more of like a kind of capsule packing. If I'm packing for warm weather versus packing for cold weather.
My mouth is open with a capsule packing. I am going to ask you about that once we go off this recording. But okay, what is your go-to weeknight dinner?
Go-to weeknight dinner is, I would say, this is going to sound bad, ordering Mediterranean food. Chicken kebab, salad, rice.
I love Mediterranean food.
It's my favorite cuisine and one of my favorite places to visit.
I was like, what is she going to say? if you started with, this is going to sound bad. I'm like, but then that's one of my favorites. Like once a week, my husband and I eat Mediterranean food. So
it's the best.
It is. If you could take a class in anything, what would it be?
I would actually say dance. I danced when I was younger. And I really miss that part of my life. And I also think that it would help a lot with stage presence and speaking and just being playful and unstructured. So that's something that I would love.
What kind of dance?
Oh, like hip hop.
Hip hop. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm good, just to be very clear here.
If I lived in LA with you, I would take that dance class with you. I also did that when I was still in school.
Okay, well, next time I'm in New York, we're going to find one.
We have to do that. Okay. I really will remember that, Elyse. Okay. Favorite color and a favorite thing that is that color.
Yellow and the sun.
If you were to dance like no one is watching, what song would you dance to?
I'm so bad at knowing the names of songs, but the I Want to Dance with Somebody song.
Fun fact, that played during our wedding.
It's just so uplifting and fun and makes everybody want to move.
Exactly. Like I remember it was like the after party of our wedding. And we had to leave because, our time was like there was it was like 2 a.m. or something. And everyone was had to leave the venue. And then the DJ played that song and then everyone went crazy. So that is like a favorite of mine as well. All right. Well, that's the end of the lightning round.
I passed. Oh, great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No, you did amazing. So I've heard that you love to host parties or you love hosting. Can you share your top 2 hosting tips?
Yes. So the first is bring a diverse group of people together. I think you never know when, and it's why I love hosting, because I love bringing people together, and nothing makes me happier than when people leave something that I organized or hosted and they'll send me a message saying, oh, can you please introduce me to so-and-so? I loved meeting them. So that's my favorite. So make sure that you're bringing just a diverse, wonderful group of people together, which probably if those are the people that you have in your life, those are the people that would be coming over. And then don't sweat the small stuff. No one knows the tiny things that you meant to do, or that you left something in the oven too long, or that you wanted to grab one additional thing, but you didn't grab it on time. And then I have to add a third because it's very important. You must have great wine.
The wine is key. But also I remember like this meme about, when you're hosting, you're having friends over, and like every single part of your house you kind of inspect and think that people would be so fussy about, like the dirt or the dust or, something so tiny, but then they actually wouldn't really care.
No one notices the dust on your fan. It's
in your head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you laughed until you cried?
You know what? I had a friend's bachelorette party this past weekend, and it feels really nice to do bachelorette parties in your 40s. We came home not hungover. We didn't need a week to recover. And it was just so special. There was a dance that she wanted to learn because she wants us to do it at her wedding. And so we all changed into these matching outfits, and we learned this country line dance. And we felt like we were back in high school, and it was so sweet. We were laughing so hard, and we walked to the boardwalk, and we all got sentimental, and it was just this like perfect moment. And we laughed, we cried, we did all the things, and we learned the country line dance.
I remember, being with girlfriends, right? And it's like those sort of guttural, like really like loud, that kind of laughter. And then you tear up at some point because, remember something so funny, and you're also with your friends while you're doing that. Okay. If you could create the ultimate surprise for someone, what would it be and who would it be for?
So this is an interesting one because I moved to Los Angeles in 2020, and I left my whole East Coast community. I left DC and New York and my family and my niece and my best friend's kids. And so surprises have become simple, but really powerful for me. It's been a thing that every single visit back to Washington, DC, I surprise someone else. The only thing that's made it hard is that we track each other in our phones. And, but my best friend's kids, my niece has gotten older. She's now 17. So I've had a series of amazing surprises for her, but now we track each other and it doesn't work the same. But my best friend's kids, I still surprise every time. And every time we say to them, like, what's your favorite surprise? And the little girl has this one surprise where I was hiding on the couch. And she came in from an activity, her and her little brother. And I just her mom said that she left crumbs on the couch. And so she just crawled around the couch, to the front of the couch. And I popped up and she just screamed and cried and hugged. And we videotape every single one of these. And so while that's not me planning the perfect surprise, it's the simple surprises that I try to build into, to these visits multiple times a year, and just seeing their reaction and watching the videos back. I always save the videos. We watch them over and over and over again. And the kids have grown. I mean, they were toddlers and now they're 7, 6, and 8. So subtle surprises are so fun.
I think also that you are going to be part of those core memories for those kids. And also when they look back, or even while you watch those videos, right? It's like time traveling, but also remembering that moment. And I mean, they're so lucky that, they get to experience that with you.
Their surprise reaction makes me so happy. It brings me so much joy. So, and it's sweet. They call me Cece. And so every time when I'm leaving, when is Cece coming back? When is Cece coming back? And we're always there's going to be another surprise. It always happens, but we're never going to tell you.
Speaking of Cece, I feel like you're a favorite aunt amongst your friends' kids. What is the one thing you wish you could tell all the Gen Zers out there? There's a lot of them.
It's all going to be okay. I think we all navigate hard moments. It doesn't matter if you're young, old, middle, like imposter syndrome's always around. Days are always tough, but the sun always shines after something that feels really rough and dark. And so I would tell them that. And I would tell them that for me, the most important thing has always been in my life, surround yourself by good people. And then you'll never be alone and you'll always feel supported.
Yeah, I mean, that is an important message. I also agree that it goes beyond Gen Z.
Yeah.
It's every generation, I feel.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder. So we have come to the end, Elyse.
Already?
Yes, I know. We could do this all day. But what is your go-to after hours media? What have you been watching, reading, or listening to lately?
I have been watching White Lotus and listening to the Dax Shepard podcast.
I think you are maybe number 6 on the White Lotus. Like, we're going to do some tallying at some point. You could tell like when this podcast is being recorded because a lot of people have said White Lotus. It's good to like watch something that other people are watching or like, that other people talk about,
I like
right?
to be part of conversation. And usually I'm behind. I'm so bad with TV. Everyone watched whatever season finale they all just watched, and I'm on season 2. So got to keep to myself.
Wait, so you're currently watching season 2, not the 3rd season? All right. Okay. Okay. We shouldn't.
I'm very behind on things like TV. That's not I'm not great at focusing on one media.
Well, Elyse, before I let you go, I don't want to, by the way. we could ask like a bunch more questions, but I do need to let you go. But before that, is there anything that you want to share with us? Anything that's big that's coming up for you?
Oh, we have a couple of really exciting things at work that's happening. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so it's a big month for us. We have a really special campaign and a Rare Beauty Mental Health Summit in Los Angeles that we're so excited for, with incredible speakers, incredible community. And I'm really excited about that. And then I told you before, I have this talk coming up, and so I'm preparing for it and nervous and excited.
It's going to be great. Elyse, thank you for joining me. I had so much fun. And I will see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Camille. Thank you for doing something so fun and playful for so many of us.